Hi guys, welcome back to Astro Sounds by Seape. I am about to do my next video, but before I jump into that, I just want to let you guys know that I'm actually going to go online and figure out how to do like the cool special like effects and stuff to my page. Not that I'm not interesting enough, but I just thought it would be cool to like do some really, sorry guys, my bun was like looking weird. I just wanted to fix it a little better. It's a little lopsided, but hey, who's counting? Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to do some really cool stuff to my page, so look out for that. On to the next video, which is actually on Taurus the Bull. Taurus is an earth sign. You know, I love my fellow earth sign people. The Taurus is going to represent dependability because they're a very stable, serious, steady sign, I should say. Usually they're very quiet, but they're also very determined, extremely determined. Their Tauruses are resistant to change. They're fierce, but then they're very gentle at the same time. Taurus is like your money makers of the zodiac, for sure. Business, all about business. They're the sign of property and money. And they're known to cling to their like material possessions. Now, I just want to tell you that the Taurus is one of the two money signs of the zodiac. The other one being the Cancer. Now, the difference between the two is the Taurus is going to work hard. They're going to put in that traditional, they're going to work hard. They're going to be steady. They're going to put in the hours. They're going to do the research. They're going to put in the footwork to acquire their wealth and their assets and their money. The Cancer on the other side, they're going to work, but they're going to just sit back. They're going to manipulate themselves to the money. So they're still going to work, but they're going to work in a different way. But I'm going to get into details about the Cancers in another video and what I mean by manipulate themselves to the money. But anyway, yeah, so the Taurus is definitely one of the money signs. They like the nice things, you know, they like their possessions, they like nice things, and they're ruled by the planet of Venus. And Venus is the Roman goddess of beauty and love and possessions and creative art. So your Taurus is going to like the good music and, you know, the fine artwork and the good food, you know. They like the luxuries and they have these creative abilities and, you know, they're very elegant, classy, you know, like the Venus stuff. So that's going to be your Taurus. The Taurus is usually very successful. They persevere. They're steady. They're easygoing. They have a very caring, giving demeanor. They're very affectionate. Of course, they love being ruled by Venus. So they're going to give you all of the seriousness when it comes to business and the love when it comes to love. You know, of all the romantics and the, you know, affection. They're going to give you all of that. A couple little negative aspects of the Taurus is they have a temper, but they rarely show it because they are very patient. They're very patient, so it takes a lot to get them there. Kind of like a bull, the animal that rules their sign. It takes a lot to get them to go there, but when they go there, it can be pretty serious. And to be honest with you, it's not like it happens often, but people just know not to with that Taurus. You know not to mess with them because it's kind of like it might be that person that you just get this feeling like I don't think I should mess with them. That's probably a Taurus, you know. They rarely show it. Another thing is they can be very secretive and overly opinionated, and when it comes to them being like secretive and I say they're kind of quiet, is sometimes that silent manner conceals like their envy and their rivalry that's embedded in them, you know. There sometimes can be like, for instance, like if you come to a Taurus and you have this and you have that and you know they know that you know you're successful and you have your businesses and your wealth and your assets, it intimidates them. So they secretly envy you, and it's not because they're like a typical hater. They're not a hater. Don't get it twisted. The Taurus is not a hater. It's just that they feel in competition, but it's not even real competition. It's just that they know that they have what it takes to get where you are or even surpass you, that they can't help but be a little bit envious or jealous of you because they know their potential. They know how hard they work and they know what they're capable of. So that envy and that rivalry just comes from a place of this, like, I need to get on my ish because I know I have what it takes to get to where they are. So that's kind of where theirs comes from a little bit. Tauruses can be a little bit self-indulging because they like the finer things in life. So sometimes they get things that they don't really need because they just like beautiful things, you know. They can sometimes be lazy even though they work very, very hard. A Taurus can be lazy. Um, a misconception when it comes to the Taurus is people don't realize just how sensitive they are because they're very strong people and they're private and they don't like to be emotional, but they're easily wounded, you know, and they have that hidden envy, and it's just like they keep it all concealed and people never know they're envious or that they're hurt, their feelings are hurt, or that they're being sensitive. People don't know that. With strangers, they sometimes become self-conscious, and that goes back to what I said about them knowing that they can get to that level. So it's like it makes them feel self-conscious about themselves. Like they get a little bit insecure when they're around certain type of strangers. If you have a Taurus as a lover, they're going to be very sensitive, very romantic. You know, they're going to show you that they love you versus in telling you. They're not going to be the person that's just going to tell you over and over, I'm so in love with you, I love you, I love you. They'll tell you they love you when they need to, but they're going to show you more than they can tell you because they're more of the doers, you know. So, very practical lovers. They're simple and direct when it comes to their sexual pleasures. They're going to be very loyal, very kind, very faithful. A Taurus is the happiest in life when they're in a committed, loving relationship. They are, because they love love. They're ruled by Venus, the love planet. So, I mean, even if they're in it after a breakup, they may say, I'm going to be single. I just want to play the field. I want to be a player. No, they don't. They're lying. They're trying to convince themselves. They're concealing their head. They want to be in a committed relationship. They love, and relationships. That's just what they do. That's just how they are in the inside. When it comes to friends or friendship, a Taurus treats friendship just like they treat any other relationship. It has to be built on foundation, a stable foundation. They're going to be that friend that you can always count on, that Taurus friend to be there for you because they care for you. That's the giving aspect of a Taurus. They're not going to give you a whole bunch of frivolous gifts because they're kind of stingy, to be honest with you, with their material possessions and their money. They're not going to just give money and give gifts. Like, if Taurus is going to be that person that could have all the clothes in the world, all the nice jewelry in the world, they're probably still not going to give it to you because they like their possessions. They will hoard their stuff before they give it to you. Unless they feel sorry for you. I know that sounds like really bad. It's nothing against them. They're very loving people. They like their possessions, so they're gonna just keep them, you know, and look at them and enjoy them. But back to what I was saying. They're not gonna be the type of friend that's gonna have. Well, I should say they have few friends and fewer acquaintances. So a Taurus isn't going to have several associates. You know, they have solid friendships, and it just ends there. You know, they may have an associate here and there, but they're not about all of that. They're about solid friendships because they're a serious sign. So in general, the Taurus is going to be a very driven. They have relentless drive, very driven, easygoing exterior. Even though they have this easygoing exterior, they can be very volcanic. So you don't want to mess with a Taurus. If you get a Taurus to the point where they flip out, you don't want to be there. And to be honest, if you know a Taurus, you may not have never seen that side of them. And you don't want to see that side of them. It is buried very deeply. They don't want to go there, and you don't want them to go there because they are that serious. Even though a Taurus is stingy, like I said, I don't want you to get it twisted. A Taurus can be stingy, but they're loving. If you need them for something, they're going to help you. Another thing about them, they're going to take care of home, okay? If you have they're the provider. They're going to work hard. They're going to provide. They're just not frivolous. So I don't want it to get it twisted, you know. They're good people to have in your corner. They're very domestic. They love their parents. They love their children. They love their family. Usually a Taurus are animal lovers. Most Tauruses love animals. I'm not going to say all, but predominantly they do because they like family. They like the extensions of family, all that good stuff. Tauruses are known to search for security. So If they're single, they're not just happily single. They're looking for that committed love, that relationship. They love expensive things. As frivolous and tight as they can be, they're gonna spend money on something that's quality and classy and expensive. They're gonna work harder to make up for that little spend that they did. So it's like if they mess around and buy an expensive car that they know they didn't need, but they wanted it because they like nice things, they're going to work 2 times as harder than they generally would to make up for that purchase. That's just what they're going to do, because they're not carefree spenders. That's just not in them. They're very private, very self-contained. They love the good life, okay? The good music, the good cars, good food. They love good people. They love pretty people. They love attractive people. They love the good life. They're your money makers of the zodiac. Let's see, did I forget anything? I hate when I forget stuff at the end of my videos, and I'm like, oh, I should have said that. But I think I might have covered it all. So stay tuned. Astro Sounds by Seape.